of hard copy generation from within Studio. It's a short topic, as I mentioned, but why this topic? People don't even know that you can do it. I've heard people say that it's impossible. There's no way you can actually print anything out of Course Avenue other than screen captures. And as we've done with other sessions like media and video, it's like, I didn't know you could do it, or our goal is to make you know that it's actually pretty easy to do. So that's our goal here, is to kind of expose you to some things. If you've seen this and know this before, well, I'd be surprised, but if you can give us any feedback on, again, did you know this was possible? Or what did you think it was impossible? So how do you print stuff within Course Avenue? So again, there's the properties page. Sometimes I mention that, like, the what? And people tend to be so focused on either previewing the course or editing the course, they think that the properties page is some double secret thing that you don't have access to. But there's a lot of handy features in here, and I'll zoom in on with the little red box there. If you click the properties page on any given course, and you will see this little thing pop up. This list can be dynamic. In other words, there's some things in here that you may or may not see depending on your role. So if you don't have a particular role to publish the course, you won't have, let's just say, a publish option. But the options to print exams or print the audio script for this course is pretty much available to everybody. I don't believe there's anyone that doesn't have this capability. So again, step one, click on find your course, click on the properties, and then we're now going to dive into exams and or audio script of how you actually do this. So that's how you get to it. Now we're going to look at the audio script. And the intent here, it was really handy. This is actually something we've added, I think, in version 3.5. So if you haven't been keeping up in your release notes, you may not even know this was here. But this came from some feedback working on some large courses that involved a lot of narration. We do a lot of work with Section 508 and accessibility and those kind of things. And pretty much a requirement is if you have narration, you pretty much have to have the audio script available. And it became cumbersome. Well, how do you edit the thing? And you're going to send it off to the narrators and all that kind of business. So the enhancement was we added this video printing of the audio script. And so it's pretty straightforward. If you paste in the audio script in Studio. Now, just FYI, I'm going to go online and show you this live. So I'm just kind of giving the preview here in PowerPoint. I'll go online and we'll look at a course and tweak some stuff. But the thought is you go and you paste in your audio script and you can print it. The expectations are, what we've seen is that if you have audio, obviously it's a handy tool to use because you could generate it, you could hand it to a narrator, they could literally read right from that script. But we've also seen that, it can be used for other things. If you don't have audio on this, if you do not have audio on a page, it can also be used for things like notes, comments, notes about the development process. And as I'll show you in a moment how you can easily print that thing off, it generates a nice table that you can use for project management and those kind of things. So we'll come back to that, but that's the intent of the audio script component. Edit it and print it out. Again, I'll jump online here in a moment. The one note is, if you have hidden pages in Course Avenue Studio, you will not, obviously we do not print those pages. Even if you have audio script on there, if it's marked as hidden, the audio script does not generate in the script window, which I'll be showing you momentarily. So that's kind of the introduction to audio script printing. It is exceptionally handy for projects, especially if you do have audio in the course. Okay, so this is the printing of the content. Now this was, we've done this for a fairly long time. I think it was version 3.3 that we added this feature. And it came to us because people, hey, I have online courses, exams, and I wanted to print those off for ILT. I want to be able to print off and pass out the tests just like they are online. And we added that. And frankly, as in a later version, somebody, and we weren't sure who did this, one of our developers added the ability to include the content. And that greatly expands the utility of this thing. So it's not just the exams anymore, but it's actually the actual page content. The one note I will say that we're at right now, it doesn't include printing of media on a page. It's really intention. If you think about the original intent of printing for exams, it's kind of like, here's your test, students. And as you can see from some of the options on here, do you want to give all questions? Do you want to include an answer key to be generated? Some pretty nice features for exams. They include the content option. It was recently expanded, And I'm kind of calling this Course Avenue Content Printing 1.0. We know it's not the be-all, end-all. I'll show you how it works. It's pretty darn handy for things. The intent is you can actually basically suck all the bodied content out of a page, and the intent is to cut and paste it somewhere else. We're not trying to build a new editor, and we know people like Word and those kind of things. So the way we use it internally to Course Avenue is we'll generate the content, cut and paste it into Word, and do some formatting. Again, I'll show you this in a second. One of the things in this instance of this version of it, you'll see some font challenges. There's a lot of different, I can't tell you how much time our engineers spend trying to balance out fonts because there's on-screen fonts, printable fonts, HTML-based font selection, and you throw in the whole mobile thing and it's a whole ball of twine. So we do our best. I can show you some kind of tips or tricks that we use as I use this product, or as we as a company use it to kind of consolidate font usage and that kind of stuff. The other note is assessments. If you do happen to check this little box that says include the content, what happens is it will print the content and the exams are as a nested table. I just mentioned that because you'll see that when I show this thing. So when you first look at it, it may look like, holy cow, what is this thing? But as you'll see, it takes just a few seconds to actually make a nicely formatted document out of it. So with that, again, audio printing, really handy for certain things. Content printing or exam printing, if you just want to print exams, that works really well. If you want to print the overall course, it works. It's just a little version 1.0-ish.